in John chapter 10 verse 10, Amplified. The Bible reads, "The thief comes only in order to steal, and kill and destroy. I came that they may have and enjoy life, and have it in abundance, to the full, till it overflows." Jesus seemed to have two basic concerns, with reference to people and the material. One, that they be freed from the tyranny of things. Two, that they be actively concerned for others. In the canonical Gospels, the ministry of Jesus begins with his baptism in the countryside of Judea, near the river Jordan, and ends in Jerusalem, following the Last Supper. The Gospel of Luke 3:23 states that Jesus was about 30 years of age at the start of his ministry. The date of the start of his ministry has been estimated at around AD 27 to 29, and the end in the range AD 30 to 36. Jesus' early Galilean ministry begins when, after his baptism, he goes back to Galilee from his time in the Judean desert. In this early period, he preaches around Galilee and recruits his first disciples, who begin to travel with him and eventually form the core of the early church. The major Galilean ministry, which begins in Matthew chapter 8, includes the commissioning of the 12 apostles, and covers most of the ministry of Jesus in Galilee. The final Galilean ministry begins after the death of John the Baptist, as Jesus prepares to go to Jerusalem. In the later Judean ministry, Jesus starts his final journey to Jerusalem through Judea. As Jesus travels towards Jerusalem, in the later Perean ministry, about one-third the way down from the Sea of Galilee, along the river Jordan, he returns to the area where he was baptized. The final ministry in Jerusalem is sometimes called the Passion Week, and begins with the Jesus' triumphal entry into Jerusalem. The Gospels provide more details about the final ministry than the other periods, devoting about one-third of their texts to the last week of the life of Jesus in Jerusalem. Jesus' teachings, parables and miracles in John chapter 14 verse 10. Jesus said, "The words that I say unto you, I speak not from myself, but the Father, who dwells in me, does his works." In the New Testament, the teachings of Jesus are presented in terms of his words and works. The words of Jesus include several sermons, in addition to parables, that appear throughout the narrative of the Synoptic Gospels, which are the Gospel of John includes no parables. The works include the miracles and other acts performed during his ministry. Although the canonical Gospels are the major source of the teachings of Jesus, the Pauline epistles, which were likely written decades before the Gospels, provide some of the earliest written accounts of the teachings of Jesus. The New Testament does not present the teachings of Jesus as merely his own teachings. Nevertheless, it equates the words of Jesus with divine revelation, with John the Baptist stating in John chapter 3 verse 34, "For the one whom God has sent speaks the words of God, for God gives the Spirit without limit." And Jesus stating in John chapter 7 verse 16, "My teaching is not my own. It comes from the one who sent me." In Matthew 11 verse 27, Jesus claims divine knowledge, stating, "No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son," asserting the mutual knowledge he has with the Father.